Well folks, I've been working on the ESP32 development board. Some success and a bit of a challenge to say the least to try and get it programmed. I've now managed to set it to move a point across and back and forward with built-in detection as well via Hall sensors. I've got this board here, I've called it number 61. This is the board I've had most success with, and the other one mirrors this. It's both bought off the jungle. I've got the two boards plus the breakout board as well, which does up to about an amp in power, so you can run a couple of servers without having to worry about it too much. That's it again, bit of success. How can you say it? Not all boards are equal, and I've since discovered buying this one here, there is literally thousands upon thousands of development boards in the market, and Rocrail, they went for the D1 and the ESP32 as well, a development board as well, so I did manage to program it and I did get most pins working. So I'll take it over the bench here and I'll just explain a little touch with the scary one with all the wires in it, so I'll take it over there now. So, explanation of the board so far. Well, here's the development board here. I know it looks a bit scary with all these wires here folks, but honestly they're not all needed for the unit. This is the development board with the breakout board as well. I've done a lot of 3D print for the back end, it saves it scratched the surface, and also in my workshop a bit of metal lying about here and there, and I don't want it shorting. On the breadboard here I've got a basic power supply going in here. This was to feed the motors here and here, but I can also feed it off this one here as well. That's got a 12 volt power supply as well. I'm pretty sure it's actually up to 16 volts this can take, and I'll drop it down to either 3 volts or 5 volts depending on how you set this little jumper. These are various lights, and I've got some resistors here as well. The main ones for the resistor is you need what you call a pull down resistor for your sensors. So I've got the sensors built into this little point motor made by Fraser Smith in the Merg Dundee unit. So basically this moves across, it's little magnets on top of it, the bars. When it comes across there, it sends a signal to this here and it gives the feedback via the Rocrail. As I was saying, you need a 10k resistor to pull it down to keep it in a steady state, as they say. So this is the point motor, and this here is a bank of relays. I've got 4 relays here, but I'm only using one. This is for the frog control. So you switch the switch over, the motor moves, it detects it's been fed back to it, and also switches the frog as well via these little relays. So rather than trying to show you all this, I'll start off with this board here. Again, it's a little breakout board with the ESP32 WIO or wroom as they call it. It's a little development board plugged into it. And so again, I got these off the jungle. It's 2 boards just for, I think it's £10 or just under £10. I've got another one on order as well, a different type of board. As I say, there's thousands of these boards in the market, so I just need to try and work out how to use it. So I'll take us into the computer and we'll show you how I programmed it. So it's recommended by 88K you do a factory reset on your brand new board, and I did find that helped a whole touch. Now this is going to get a bit complex to say the least. I've done a Google search for ESP flash tool online. Click on it, opens this up here. I've got the board plugged in at the moment, so I connect it. And downloads or connects to the board there, that tells you the chipset itself is an ESP32 revision 3. So then you go back at the Google search, you do a search for your ESP firmware download. Release firmware ESP32. Up come ESP32 series. There is the zip file. So you download that and unzip it. That's the unzip file there into the factory. That one there, and open that file up. So there you go. All you do is click on program, and that's your ESP32 factory set, as I say it. So in your Rocrail documentation, which is really the Bible for Rocrail, the wiki, call it, to get into the WIO, just click on the WIO up here. You can go through each step there, but I think you better just go to the first steps first and scroll down. It tells you all the information about the chips used. I should pay more attention to that when I started there because I didn't use chips they recommended or in the sketch for. So here we have it, the ESP installing the software. So down here, you've got to load it onto the IDE. Down here, you've got to load it onto the over the air sketch. You need an Arduino IDE in the computer. And I'm using Windows here, so click on that. That takes you to the download section to download software. Arduino. So once you've got it downloaded there, you can open it up, and now you've got to install the boards, the ESP boards on top here. I'll scroll down a little touch here more, you get this part here. So just highlight the boards that they recommend, right click it, and copy. Now I can open the Arduino IDE and then paste them in. So I have got the sketch in here, but to put the boards in first, go down to preferences. The bottom right hand corner, you've got a little link, and that's where you paste boards in for the wiki. Yeah, okay. You then go up to tools, go to your board manager, go down to boards you want to install. So for me, it was the ESP32 I had to install more. So here is the ESP32 by Expressive Systems. It says remove here because I've already got it installed. What you do is install. Get rid of this manager. It took quite a bit of working out. What you do is go back to tools, back to your board manager, click on it. That's it out the rod. Then you can go to your tools and select the board you're on. So down here, the board's ESP32. And at the moment, I'm using this ESP32 development board. There's quite a few boards in the range, as I said before. Just take you down through some of it. You can appreciate there how many boards there is actually on the market for the ESP32. And the list goes on and on and on. So you don't have a success rate. One of the boards, God knows what to do. So I definitely this board here worked for me. I did try the wroom EA module and it didn't work at all. Further down the screen was another one as well, it didn't work, but eventually got on this one here, ESP32 development board. So that's that board connected up. Then what we need to do, we need to go and get the RROTA, our Rocrail over the air set up. We get that from the wiki. So in the wiki, down there, you set your boards. Now you can either click on this part here, that'll take you to where to download it, or you can go here, take it back up again to start. Daily regular builds. there it is there, the RROT version. I better say it again. You go to unzip it, just make sure you unzip it into the recommended file RROTA. Go to File, Open Recent, you've got your ones there, you've got to open up ones from program files. So, from Arduino, or you can go to downloads. So you can, once you download it, you can actually put in a folder for the Arduino. I prefer leaving it in the downloads section. So once you loaded the sketch up, you put in 3 bits of information in here. You put in your Wi-Fi SSID, in other words, what your Wi-Fi is called. You put in your Wi-Fi password. Well, you leave the host name blank, and then this can either be true or false. Drop the rest of it, you leave blank. Once you've done that, you click on the upload. I'll upload it to. So once you upload your sketch, I'll come up with this here. I'll tell you Wi-Fi waiting to connect. Your Wi-Fi name. The important part is there. This number here, 192.168.0.109. That's what your Wi-Fi is called, your board. So take a little note of that number, because once you have this information here, you can go and download ESP32 WIO software. So once again, from the wiki, just down from this one here, you click on that, takes the record builds. Down here, you've got your boards. Now, the same again, there's various boards about there. We've got the LOLIN D2, for example. For me, what I downloaded was the ESP32 development module. This one here. So you just click on that and download it. Your computer, same again, bin file up here. So once you're on Rocrail there, you click on WIO. You go to update, and you click the file you want to update, and you add that in. So this is where you type in the IP address from the one you had before. So you put 198.168, whatever it is, in here. And then the port, because we're using the ESP32 port 3232. Password, leave it as it is. Just click on Start OT, and it should do it. Straightforward. If it doesn't do it, you may have to go back and get a different bin file. With the query, I've got this one set up here, so if I go to update, because I've already set it up there, it's in the IP address of that board itself. So that's you basically got the ESP32 set up. What you do then is go into your maintenance. Your board plugged in, of course, just scan it. Up it comes, this one's on column 6. I connect it to it. It's got its name, this server name, it isn't the server like IP address for the ESP, it's IP address for your computer. Make sure you've got automatic switched off, then press set. Give it an R number, obviously be set to the default 33. Make sure you change it as well, and make sure you put it to I2CIOA 16, the list here. Then again, if you want to use it for something different, you can use it for, remember, press set. Once you press set, we'll go through the routine, set your board up. So next thing you reboot it again, the board should be in your query. There we are. Now, with the setup, you don't have to have the Arduino plugged into the PC, just as long as it's powered up and it's got connection to the Wi-Fi. So In here for the 16 ports, we've got 2 banks of 8. I've set them all to input. This side here and this side here. If you want to use it for output for a server, for example, just click on that, click on set, change it. Let's say that like that. So what pin does what address? I'll go back to the wiki again. In the wiki, we click on the ESP32 WIO, and up it comes. Now this is based on the ESP32, the Windows D1 Mini 32 pin layout. As I use the ESP32 wroom or board, the pins not quite matching. You get down to where the pins are. My channel plex, and this is the IO pins here. So these pins here don't relate to the board that I used, but the port numbers certainly do. So GPO 0 on my board is missing, so this board not working. GPO 4 is where I put the servo in, that works perfect. And this one pin here, pin number 3 is GP05. In my monitor it's constantly high. All their pins work perfectly. I've cleaned up the breadboard, just one resistor I need it for, a pull down resistor for the frog, and it's a 10k as I said before. So if I click on the point, moves across, the sensor picks it up, it goes green on the screen and the frog is switched. I'll switch it back again. So there, it's going back. So let's look into the settings for the frog and the point. So in the interface, I've got an address 2 and the parameter is 40 and 150. That's how far it moves across each way. Switch time is set to 4. That's the speed of it. You can change that as well. And down to the type, I put down servo at the bottom. You go into the wiring, and here I've got my 2 sensors put into it, my FP4 and FP3, and the frog is also set up as well as address 8 on the frog. So this is this one here. So that's it, folks. Please let me know what you think of it. Like, subscribe, and I say again, comments good or bad, always useful. Thanks again, cheers.